two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Gregory, on my word, will not carry coals.
No, for then we would be colliers.
I mean, we being collar, we'll draw.
Aye, while you live, draw your neck out of collar.
I strike quickly being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
Because the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
The dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women being the weaker vessels are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore, I will push Montague's men from the wall and thrust his maids to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us their men.
That is all one. I will show myself a tyrant. When I fought with the men, I will be civil with the maids. I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Neither the heads of the maids or their maiden heads. Take it in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense that feel it.
Me they shall feel when I am able to stand. 'Tis known I'm a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well thou art not fish. If thou hadst been poor John. Draw thy tool. Here comes of the house of Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, marry, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our signs. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by. Let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
It is the law of our side if I say I.
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes. Better, sir.
You lie.
Roar if you be men. Stand! Gregory, remember life's rushing blow!
You don't know what you do!
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio! Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace.
Beef with!
Put up thy sword! I'll manage it to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace. I hate the word, as I hate hell. All Montagues. And thee! Have at thee! Coward!
Bring me my long sword, ho! My sword, I say! Oh, Montague has come and punishes his blade in spite of me!
Hold me not! Let me go!
Shall not stir one foot to seek a blow!
Down with the Montague!
rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this naval stainless steel. Will they not hear? But how, you men? You beasts that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins, on pain of torture! From those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your morbid prince. Three civil brawls. Bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens cast by their grave beseeming ornaments to wield old partisans in hands as old, cankered with peace, to part your cankered hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case to Old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel? New approach. Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary and yours, close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared. Which, as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds, who nothing hurt withal hissed him in scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth of the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drave me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward rooteth from the city side, so early walking, did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me and stolen to the covert of the wood. I, measuring his affections by my own, which then most sought where most might not be found, being one too many by my weary self, pursued my humour, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But all so soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humour prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn from him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends. But he, his own affection's counsellor, is to himself, I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as is the bud bit with an envious worm, ere he can spread his sweet leaves to the air or dedicate his beauty to the sun. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes. So please you, step aside. I know his grievance will be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay, me sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor when I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Told me what fray was here. Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create, oh heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, still waking sleep, that is not what it is. This love feel I that feel no love in this. Does thou not laugh?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Good heart, at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke made with a fume of sighs, being purged of fire, sparkling in lovers' eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished with lovers' tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will go along. And if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have left myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me, in sadness, who is that you love?
What shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why, no, but sadly tell me who.
Bid a sick man in sadness make his will, a word ill-urged to one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
A right good marksman. And she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit. And in strong proof of chastity, well armed from love's weak childish bow, she lives uncharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint-seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
And she hath sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty starved with her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
No, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite in question more. These happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black, puts us in mind they hide the fair. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note wherein I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I, in penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honourable reckoning are you both. And pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying o'er what I've said before, my child is yet a stranger to the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she a happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth hath swallowed all my hopes, but she is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed, within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I've invited many a guest such as I love. And you among the store, one more, most welcome, makes my number more. At my poor house look to behold this night earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light. Such comfort as do lusty young men feel when well-apparelled April on the heel of limping winter treads. Even such delight among fresh female buds shall you this night inherit at my house. Hear all see, and like her most, whose merit most shall be, which on more view of many, mine being one, may stand in number, though in reckoning none. Come, go with me. Go, sirrah. Trudge about through fair Verona. Find those persons out whose names are written there, and to them say, my house and welcome on their pleasure stay. Come.
Find them out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, and the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencil, and the painter with his nets. But I am sent to find those persons whose names are writ here, and can never find what names the writing person here hath writ. I must to the learned, in good time.
Tut, man. One fire burns out, another's burning. One pain is lessened with another's anguish. Turn giddy and behold by backward turning. One desperate grief cures with another's languish. Take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf is excellent for that.
For what, I pray thee?
For your broken shin!
Oh, why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented, and good e'en, good fellow.
God ye, good e'en. Oh, I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, mine own fortune and my misery.
Perhaps you've learned it without book. But I pray, can you read anything you see?
Aye, if I know the letters and the language.
You say honestly. Rest ye merry.
Stay, fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vultruvio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, and Livia, Signor Valencio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up.
Whither?
To supper. To our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if you not be at the house of Montague, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest ye merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
When the devout religion of mine eye maintains such falsehood, then turn tears to fires, and these who often drown can never die, transparent heretics be burnt for liars. One fairer than my love. The all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
Tut, you saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. But in that crystal scales, let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid that I shall show you shining at this feast. And she shall scant show well that now seems best.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where is my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now, by my maidenhead at 12-year-old, I bade her come. What, lamb? What, ladybird? God forbid. Where's this girl? What, Juliet?
Oh, no, who called?
Your mother.
Madam, I'm here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me thus hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age into an hour.
She's not yet 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth. Into my teen bit spoken, I've but 4. She's not 14. How long is it now to Lammas-tide?
Oh, a fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd. Of all days in the year, come Lammas Eve at night, shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. That shall she. Marry, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years. And she was weaned. I never shall forget it, of all the days of the year, upon that day. For I then laid wormwood to my dag, sitting in the sun under the dove-house wall. My lord and you within a mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain. Yeah, but as I said, when did I taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dag and felt it bitter? Pretty fool to see it tetchy and fall out with the dag. Shake, quoth the dove-house. 'Twas no need, I trow, to bid me trudge. And since that time it is 11 years. But then she could stand high lone. Nay, by the rood, she could have run and waddled all about. For even the day before she broke her brow. And then my husband, copy with his soul, was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, does thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit, wilt thou not, Jew? And by my holly, Dan, the pretty wretch left crying and said, I. To see now how a jest shall come about. I warrant I shall live 1,000 years. I never shall forget it. Wilt thou not, Jew, quoth he. And pretty fool, it stinted and said I.
Enough of this, I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Yes, madam. Yet I cannot choose but laugh. To think it should leave crying and say I. Yet I warrant it had upon it brow a bump as big as a young cockerel's stone. A parlous knock, and it cried bitterly. Yea, quoth my husband, falls upon thy face. Thou fall backward when thou comes to age, wilt thou not, Jew? And it stinted and said I.
Tis thou too, I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou was the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed. And I might live to see thee married once. I have my wish.
Marry, that marry is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honour that I dream not of.
An honour? Were not I thine only nurse, I would say thou hast sucked wisdom from thy teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother, much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. Lady, such a man as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer has not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margins of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis much pride for fair without the fair within to hide. That book in many's eyes does share the glory that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess by having him making yourself no less.
No less, nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris love?
I look to like, if looking liking move. But no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come. Supper served up, you call, my young lady asked for, the nurse cursed in the pantry, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy days.
What shall this speech bespoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
The date is out of such prolixity. We'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing a tartar's painted bow of lath, scaring the ladies like a crow-keeper. Nor no without book prologue faintly spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us with what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Hey, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
For your lover, borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above the common bound.
I'm too sore and pierce it with his shaft to soar with his light feathers. And so bound I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
Well, if love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in, a visor for a visor. What care I, what curious eyes doth quote deformities, here a beetle brows shall flush from it.
Knock and enter! And every man but take him to his legs.
A torch from me. Let wantons, light of heart, tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. For I am proverb with a grandsire phrase. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Tut, done's the mouse, the constable's own word. If thou art done, then we will draw thee from the mire of, save your reverence, love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight home.
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay we waste our lights in vain as lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times in that ere once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Ah, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman. Drawn with a team of little atomies over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out of mind the fairy's coachmakers. Her wagon spokes made of long spinner's legs, her cover of the wings of grasshoppers, her traces of the smallest spider's web, her collars of the moonshine's watery beam. Her whip of cricket bone, the lash of film. Her wagoner, a small grey-coated gnat, not half as big as the round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. And in this state she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees who dream on curtsies straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry Mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometime she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, then dreams he of smelling out a suit. And sometimes comes she with a tithe pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep, then dreams he of another benefice. And sometime she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of healths 5 fathom deep, and then anon, drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes. And being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. And this is that very Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night, bakes the elf locks in foul, sluttish hairs, which once untangled must misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their back, that presses them, and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, peace. Mercutio, peace. Thou talkest of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy. Just as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered, puffs away from thence, turning aside on the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early.
For my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast with some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail.
On, lusty gentlemen! Strike! Run!
Where's Potpan that he helps not to take away?
He shifted trencher, he scrape a trencher.
When good manners shall lie all in one or two men's hands, and they unwashed too, oh, 'tis a foul thing.
Away with the joint stools, remove the cork cupboard, look to the plate. Good thou. Save me a piece of marchpane, and as thou loves me, let the porter let in Susan Grindstone and Nell.
Oh. Anthony and Potpan.
Aye, boy. Ready?
You are looked for and called for, asked for and sought for in the great chamber.
Cannot be here and there too. Surely, boys, be brisk a while, and the longer liver take all.
Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will walk about with you. Ah, my mistresses, which of you all will now deny to dance? She that makes dainty, she, I swear, hath corns. Have I come near you now? Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have worn a visor, and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. But 'tis gone. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hall, give room and foot it, girls. More lights, you knave, and turn the tables up, and quench the fire, the room is grown too hot. Ah, sirrah, this unlooked-for sport comes well. Nay, sit, they sit, good cousin Captain, for you and I are past our dancing days. How long is now since last yourself and I were in a mask?
Are your lady 30 years?
What, mad, 'tis not so much, 'tis not so much. 'Tis since the nuptial of Lucentio come, Pentecost as quickly as it will, oh, some 25 years, and then we masked.
'Tis more, 'tis more. His son is elder, sir. His son is 30.
Will you tell me that? His son was but a ward 2 years ago.
What lady is that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady o'er her fellow shows. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. Dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? No, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead I hold it not a sin.
And now, kinsman, wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz, let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all this town here in my house do him disparagement. Therefore be patient. Take no note of him. It is my will, the which if thou respect, show her respect. And throw off this frown, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, goodman boy, I say he shall go to. Am I the master here, or you go to? You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests. You'll set cock-a-hoop. You'll be the man.
My uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to, you are a saucy boy. Is't so indeed. This trick may chance to scathe you, I know what. Now it is time. Well said, my hearts. You're a prickcocks. Go. Be quiet, or... More light, more light. Shame, make you quiet. What cheer my hearts.
Patience perforce with willful choler meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, a gentle sin is this. My lips two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they do use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do, they pray. Grant thou lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
Then of my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
Kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Batchel, her mother's the lady of the house, and a good lady, and wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked with all, I'll tell you. He that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
The way be gone when sport is at its best.
Aye, so I fear, the more is my unrest.
Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. We have a trifling foolish banquet toward. Esteemed so. Why then, I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Good night. More torches, ho. Come on, then. Let's to bed. Ah, sirrah, by my fay, it waxes late. Now to my rest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberius.
What's he that now is going out of door?
Marry, that I think be young Petruchio.
What's he that follows here that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learnt even now, of one I danced withal.
Anon, anon. Come, let's away. The strangers all are gone.
Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love groaned for and would die, with tender Juliet matched, is now not fair. Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks. But to his foe supposed he must complain, and she steals love's sweet bait from fearful hooks. Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear, and she, as much in love, her means much less to meet her new beloved anywhere. But passion lends them power, time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out. Romeo! My cousin, Romeo! Romeo!
He's wise, and on my life hath stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and left the orchard wall. Cold, good Mercutio.
Oh, nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humours! Madman! Passion! Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry but I me. Pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word. One nickname for her purblind son and heir, young Abram Cupid. He that shot so trim when King Cophetua loved the beggar maid. Ah, he heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosalind's bright eye, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the demeans that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
Ah, this cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress' circle of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she had laid it and conjured it down. That was some spite. My invocation is but fair and honest. In his mistress' name I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come. He hath hid himself among the trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress were that kind of fruit that maids call medlars when they laugh alone. Oh, Romeo, that she were, oh, that she were an open arse, and thou a poppering pear. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then. For 'tis in vain to seek him here that means not to be found. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. So, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that her eye discourses? I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy regions stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ah, me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being on my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white, upturned, wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy, puffing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Shall I speak at this?
Is but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montacute is no hand, no foot, no arm, no face, no any other part belonging to a man who be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
Mine ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I approach these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love that first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I should adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell in form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. But lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo. But else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst I was where my true love passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow, that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Well, do not swear. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
No, well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. Too like the lightning which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night. A sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. I hear some noise within, dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard being in night all this is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I come anon, but if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech thee. By and by I come, to cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send?
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes towards love as schoolboys from their books. But love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo. Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine with repetition of my Romeo.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo.
Aeneas?
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till I remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone, and yet no farther than a wanton's bird that lets it hop a little from his hand like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silken thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest. The grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. And darkness fleckled like a drunkard reels from forth day's pathway made by Titan's wheels. Hence will I to my ghostly friar's close cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
Now, ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must have filled this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds, precious juiced flowers. Now, the earth, that's nature's mother, is her tomb. And what is her burying grave? That is her womb. And from her womb, children of divers kinds we sucking on her natural bosom find. Many for many virtues excellent, none but for some, and yet all different. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities. For naught so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good, but strained from that fair use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice, sometimes by action, dignified. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelt, with that part cheers each part. Being tasted, stays all senses with the heart. Two such supposed kings encamp them still in man, as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Goodbye, brother!
Benedicity, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch at every old man's eye, and where care lodges sleep will never lie. But where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth be assured thou art uproused with some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin, wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No, I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son, but where hast thou been then?
I'll tell the air thou askest me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both thy remedies within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and both combined. Save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Oh, listen, Francis, what a change is here. Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love, then, lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Gee, Shiberia, what a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline. How much salt water thrown away in waste, to season love that Ovid doth not taste. The sun not yet thy sighs from heaven clears. Thy old roans yet ring in mine ancient ears. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If e'er thou wast thyself and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed, pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidst me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badst me bury love.
Not in the grave to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee chide me not. Her I love now, doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rotes that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence! I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that it will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he's already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through the ear with a love song. The very pin of his heart cleft by the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than Prince of Cats, I can tell you. Oh, he's a courageous captain of compliments. He fights, as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests, his minion rests, 1, 2, the third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, a gentleman of the very first house of the first and second course. The immortal passado, the punto reverso, the high.
The what?
The pox. On such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Ah. Why, is this not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted by these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardon me's who stand so much upon the new form they cannot sit at ease on the old bench. Oh, their bones, their bones. Ha.
Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Ah, without his roe like a dried herring. Oh, flesh, flesh, how art thou fishified? Now is he for the numbers that Petrarch flowed in. Laura to his lady was a kitchen wench. Marry, she had a better love to berhyme her. Dido, a dowdy, Cleopatra, a gypsy, Helen, hero, Hildings and harlots, Thisbe, a grey eye or so, but that's not to the purpose. Signor Romeo, bonjour! There's a French salutation for your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morning to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir. The slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great. And in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say such a case of yours constrains a man to bow in the hand.
Meaning to curtsy?
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Why, then is my pump well flowered?
Oh, sure wit. Follow me this jest now till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing solely singular.
Oh, single soul jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint.
Swits and spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Nay, if our wits to it were to run the wild goose chase, I am done. But thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I have I am sure, in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou was never with me for anything when thou was not there for the goose!
Oh! I'll bite thee by the ear for that.
Nay, good goose, bite not!
Ah, thy wit is a very bitter sweeting. 'Tis a most sharp sauce.
And then is it not then well served into a sweet goose?
Oh, it's the wit of Cheverel that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad.
I'll stretch it out for that word broad, which added to the goose proves thee far and wide a broad goose.
Why, is this not better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this dribbling love is like some great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Oh, stop there, stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop my tail against the hair.
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I was come to the whole depth of my tale and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's goodly gear. A sail, a sail.
To a shirt and a smock.
Peter?
Anon?
My fan, Peter.
Good Peter, to hide her face, for her fans the fairer face.
God, good morrow, gentlemen.
Goody.
Is it goody?
'Tis no less, I tell thee. For the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon it, what a man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mark.
By my troth, it is well said. For himself to mark, quotha. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you. But young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea. Is the worst well? Very well took in faith. Wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Aboard, so
What hast thou found?
No hair, sir. Unless a hair, sir, in a Lenten pie that is somewhat stale and hoar ere it be spent. An old hair whore is an old hair whore, a very good meat in Lent. But a hair that is hoar is too much for the score if it whores ere it be spent. Romeo, when you come to your father's, we are to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell. An old hair whore, an old hair whore. Very good food in Lent.
But please, sir, what saucy mushroom was this who was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And to speak anything against me, I'll take him down into a lustier than he is, and 20 such jacks. And if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave. I'm none of his flirt gills. I'm none of his skeins, mates. And there will stand by too and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
Oh! I saw no man use you at his pleasure.
If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out. I warrant you, I dare draw as soon as another man, if I see occasion in a good quarrel.
And the law on my side.
No, for God, I'm so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first let me tell you, if ye should lead her in a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behaviour, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore if you should deal double with her, truly were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good heart and faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest. Or as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon. There she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married.
Oh!
Here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
Oh, this afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy shall be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell, be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
No, God in heaven bless thee. Harkye, sir.
What says thou, my dear nurse?
It's your man's secret. Huh? I mean, did you ne'er hear say two may keep counsel, putting one away?
Warrant thee, my man's as true as steel.
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, not when 'twas a little prating thing. Oh, there's a nobleman in town, one Paris, would fain lay knife aboard. But she, good soul, as at least see a toad, as very toad as see him. Yeah, I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the properer man. But I'll warrant you, when I say so, she looks as pale as any clout in the versal world. It doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with a letter?
Aye, nurse, what of that? Both with an R?
Yeah, I'll mock her. That's the dog's name. R is for the... No, I know it begins with some other letter. She has the prettiest sententious of it, of you and Rosemary. It would do you good to hear it.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter, along. And a pace.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glides in the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore do nimble-pinioned doves draw love, and therefore had the wind-swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, good sweet nurse. Oh, Lord, why look'st thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing unto me with so sour a face.
I am a-weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a chance have I.
I would thou hadst my bones and I thy news. Nay, come, I prithee, speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste, can I not stay a while? Do you not see that I'm out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that, say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you've made a simple choice. You don't know how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's. And for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as you would fall in 20 pieces. Oh, my back. T'other side. Oh, my back. Beshrew your heart for sending me around to catch my death with jauncing up and down.
Faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse. Tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous and a kind and a handsome, and I'll warrant a virtuous, Where's your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot, Mary? Come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder, by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. Oh, I am the drudge and toil in your delight. But you shall bear the burden soon, at night. Go, I'll to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Honestness. Farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do thou but close our hands with holy words, then love devouring death do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in his own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately. Long love doth so, too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady. Oh, so light a foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint. A lover may bestride the gossamer that idles in the wanton summer air, and yet not fall, so light is vanity.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else is his thanks too much.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, and that thy skill be more to blazon it, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbour air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
Conceit, more rich in matter than in words, brags of his substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count their worth. But my true love is grown to such excess, I cannot sum up sum of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leaves, ye shall not stay alone, till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day's hot. Thy capels are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now, these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters upon the confines of a tavern, claps me his sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee. And by the operation of the second cup hath drawn him on the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Oh, come. Thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy. And as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what two?
Nay, and there were 2 such, there would be none shortly, for one would kill the other. Thou, I don't want to quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but that thou hast hazel eyes. And what eye but such an eye would spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat. And yet thy head has been beaten and as addle as an egg for quarrelling. Thou didst quarrel with a man for coughing in the street because it hath woken thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun. And didst thou not fall out with a tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter, and with another for tying his new shoes with old riband? And yet thou wert due to me from quarrelling?
And I was so apt to quarrel as thou wert. Any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple. Oh, simple.
By my head, here comes the cabinets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak with him. Gentlemen, good e'en. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us? Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What, dost thou make minstrels of us? And thou makes minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discords. Here is my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance, zoons, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to gaze, and let them look. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
I'll be hanged, sir, if you wear your livery. Marry, go before the field. He'll be your follower. Your worship may in that sense call him man.
Romeo! The love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowst me not.
Boy! This shall not excuse the injuries thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
I'm dishonorable by our submission. Alice of Carter carries it away. Tybalt! You rat catcher. Will you walk?
What wilt thou have with me?
Good king of cats. Nothing but one of your 9 lives. But I mean to make bold with all as you use me hereafter. Dry beat the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword out of his pilcher by the ears? Make haste. And mine be about your ears, ere it be out.
I am for you.
Hey, Tybalt! Mercutio!
Punto reverso.
Meow! Oh, gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up!
Oh. Come, sir. Your passade.
Oh, go!
Hey! Romeo!
Drop it, Romeo! Beat down their weapons! Give it! Drop it, Romeo! Beat down their weapons! Gentlemen, for shame! The prince expressly had forbid disbanding in Marine streets! Oh!
Away!
I've heard. Oh, plague on both our houses. I'm sped. Is he gone and have nothing?
What? Heart the hurt?
Aye, scratch, just scratch. Oh, that is enough. Where's my paint? Go and fetch a surgeon.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
Ah, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door. 'Tis enough. Good sir. Oh, pray on both your houses. Oh, I am Pip and I warrant of this world. Ask me tomorrow and you will find me a grave man. Playing on both your houses. Soon. A dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat. Oh, to scratch a man to death. A braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of Richard. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Oh, look, help me into a house with holy oil. I shall faint. Ah! Oh! 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 Plague on both your houses. They've made worms meat of me. I have it. And sound it too. Oh. Oh, your houses.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got this mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained by Tybalt's slander. Tybalt that an hour hath been my cousin. Oh, sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo, brave Mercutio, is dead. That gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds which too untimely hurt had scorned the earth.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back.
Alive in triumph and Mercutio slain. Away to heaven, respective lenity, and far-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, stained for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here, shalt with him.
Hey, this shall determine that.
The citizens are up in Tybalt's name. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, be gone away!
Oh, I am fortune's foe!
Why dost thou stay?
murderer, which way ran he?
There lies that Tybalt.
Up, sir. Go with me. I charge you in the prince's name, obey.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Oh, noble prince. I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man slain by young Romeo, who slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt! My cousin! Oh, my brother's child! Oh, prince! Oh, cousin, husband! Oh, the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman! Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague! No! Oh, cousin!
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo, who spoke him fair, bid him bethink how nice the quarrel was, and urged withal your high displeasure. All this, uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed, could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, but that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast, who all is hot, turns deadly point to point, and with a martial scorn, with one hand beats cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo, he cries aloud, "Hold, friends, friends part!" And swifter than his tongue, his agile arm beats down their fatal points, and twixt them rushes. Underneath whose arm, an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio. And then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but new to entertain revenge, and toot they go like lightning. For ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth. Or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all that 20 could but kill one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live. No!
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio. Who now the price of this dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, Prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end. The life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence.
No!
I have an interest in your hate's proceeding. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. But I'll amerce you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses. Nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. But Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love, performing night, that runaways' eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms, untalked of and unseen. Lovers concede to do their amorous rites by their own beauties. Or if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil night, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Would my unmanned blood baiting in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grow bold, think true love acted simple modesty. Come, night. Come, Romeo. Come, thou day and night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow upon a raven's back. Come, gentle night. Come, loving, black-browed night, give me my Romeo. And when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars. And he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, not yet enjoyed, so tedious is this day as is a night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? What is thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch?
Aye, aye, the cords.
Ay me, what news? Oh, why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, where a day, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Oh, Romeo can, no, heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Whoever would have thought it, Romeo?
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I, and that bare vowel I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. I am not I, if there be such an eye, or those eyes shut that make the answer I. If he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine of my weal or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark, here on his manly breast. A piteous corse, a bloody piteous corse. Pale, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I swounded at the sight.
Oh, break my heart. Poor bankrupt, break at once. To prison eyes, their look and liberty. Vile earth to earth resign, and motion here, and thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, and ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered, and is Tybalt dead? My dearest cousin and my dearer lord? Then dreadful trumpet sound the general doom. For who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh, God. Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas the day it did.
Oh, serpent heart, hid with a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, dove-feathered raven, wolfish ravening lamb, despised substance of diviner show just opposite to what thou justly seemst. A damned saint, an honourable villain. Oh, nature, what hadst thou to do in hell? Without its power, the spirit of a fiend, immortal paradise of such sweet flesh. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, the deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all naught, all dissemblers. Oh, where's my man? Give me some aqua vita. These griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is a shame to sit. For 'tis a throne where honor may be crowned, sole monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Ah, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours' wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which you mistaking offer up to joy. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo, banish it. Banish it. That one word, banish it, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. Or if sour woe delights in fellowship and needly will be ranked with other griefs, why followed not when she said Tybalt's dead, thy father or thy mother, nay, or both, which modern lamentation might have moved. But with the rearward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, no limit, measure, bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Where's my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when there's a dry for Romeo's banishment. Take up those cords. Poor ropes. You are beguiled, both you and I, for Romeo is exiled. He made you for a highway to my bed, but I am made die, maiden widowed. Come, cords. Come, nurse. I'll to my wedding bed, and death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
Hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will be here at night. On to him. He's hid at Lawrence cell.
Oh, find him, and give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamoured of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment? Be merciful, say death. For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Then Banished as death mistermed, calling death banished, thou cuts my head off with a golden axe, and smiles upon the stroke that murders me.
Oh, deadly sin! Oh, rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death, but the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law, and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives. And every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honourable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessings from her lips, who even in pure and vestal modesty still blushes, thinking their own kiss is sin. This may flies do when I from this must fly. And say'st thou yet that exile is not death? But Romeo may not, he is banished. Flies may do this when I from this must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp ground knife, no sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean, but banished to kill me? Banished. Oh, friar, the damned use that word in hell. Howlings attended. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed, to mangle me with that word? Banished.
Thou fond madman, hear me a little speak.
Thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armour to keep off that word. Adversity's sweet milk, philosophy, to comfort thee though thou art banished.
Yet banished, hang up philosophy. Unless philosophy can make a Juliet, displant a town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not. Talk no more.
I see that madmen have no ears.
How should they when that wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet I love, and are but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me banished. Then mightst thou speak, then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Rise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I, unless the breath of heart-sick groans mislike enfold me from the search of eyes.
Hark how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Look, stand up. Run to my study. By and by. Oh, God's will, what simpleness is this? I come. Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
Oh, Holy Friar, oh, tell me, Holy Friar, where's my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he's even in my mistress' case. Just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy. Piteous predicament. Even so lies she. Blubbering and weeping. Weeping and blubbering. Stand up, stand up. Stand and you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand. Why should you fall into so deep an hole?
Nurse.
Ah, sir, death's the end of all.
Speak thou of Juliet. How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer now that I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood removed but little from her own? Where is she and how does she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps. Now falls on her bed, then starts up and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her. As that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge. Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art, thy tears are womanish. Thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast. unseemly woman in a seeming man, and ill-beseeming beast in seemings both. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt, and wilt thou slay thyself, and slay thy lady that in thy life lives, by doing damned hate upon thyself? Why railst thou upon thy birth to heaven and earth? Since birth and heaven and earth, all three do meet in thee at once, which thou at once wouldst lose. Fie, thou shamest thy shape, thy love, thy wit. Just like a usurer, bounced in all, but usest none in that true use indeed which should bedeck thy shape, thy love, thy wit. Thy noble shape is but a form of wax, digressing from the valor of a man. Thy dear love sworn but hollow perjury, killing that love which thou hast vowed to cherish. Thy wit, that ornament to shape and love, misshapen in the conduct of them both, like powder in a skilled soldier's flask, is set afire by thine own ignorance, and thou dismembered with thine own defense. What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt will kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings light upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in a best array. But like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou pouts upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber. Hence, and comfort her. But look thou, stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, till we can find a time to blaze your marriage. Reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 20,100,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse, commend me to thy lady, bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed here all the night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Oh, here, sir. A ring she bid me give you, sir. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence, good night. And here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence. Sojourn in Mantua, I'll find out thy man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell, good night.
But that a joy past joy calls out on me, it were a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.